It's been so long since the fall of Heteronia that only the elders amongst the elves remember. Legend tells that a mountain came through the village and left only rubble and glitter in its wake. Since then, there have been quiet stories of chaotic bandits, queer tricksters, and mischievous envies. Some view these beings as outlanders, and others as folk heroes. While the people of this world have never had a problem with the community per se, the lore of these mythic figures have led to drag balls posting "no crimes here" on their doors, just to make clear where they stand, even as they roll their perfectly lined eyes at the absurdity of it all. Lesbians laugh over iced coffees, sharing the silly stories the more superstitious villagers concoct. Any educated or respectable citizen knows that these stories are just stories, meant to dissuade your daughters from running away with the first dashing Amazonian she meets. But stories have a funny way of refusing to remain fiction. The villagers noticed the spike in crime before the city guard, toppled monuments, orphanages funded by highway robbery, the occasional targeted political assassination. Most agreed it was better to look the other way. But good stories never remain hidden long. Rumors sprout like dandelions, blowing from tavern to tavern, of a new organization, a criminal syndicate unlike any we've seen before. They don't have a name, but the locals call them the Alphabet Mafia. They're mysterious, subversive, and above all, incredibly gay. Organized crime has never been so fabulous. Welcome to Be Gay, Do Crime.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Be Gay, Do Crime, a D&D show where we have definitely encountered both Dungeons and Dragons, because that's how you play D&D. I am your legal guardian, Gnome Anne, and I think you should be able to go on whatever field trip you want. And I want to introduce you to my super cool friends here. Hey, Ellie, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Elephane. Follow me across the internet at Elephane. You can find me on Twitch. I'm getting a little bit more back into streaming. I've been playing some League of Legends, some Diablo 4. There's a new game called Palia that I'm really fucking stoked on, which is like a mashup of Stardew Valley meets Animal Crossing meets Breath of the Wild. That's fucking like cozy farm sim co-op multiplayer. Yes. So I'm going to be streaming that. A little bit of tawdry gossip about Arcadia, the character that I play on this show, who is a paladin of Venus, and she's been feeling a little bit homesick.
Gasp.
Yeah.
For Sapphos?
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yeah.
For how long?
I think just the last couple days. Like, I think the Vastness sort of being in this almost like
Kind of a bummer with Vastness.
kind of a bummer, but also like almost like I don't think antithesis is the correct word, but like a completely different biome, right? Like sand, dry versus her beautiful, like tropical, humid, like water, lush paradise that she's from. And I think it's just really making her miss home.
Honestly, valid. Her hair has been frizzy the whole time, and that's really
what I
unfair.
mean. Yeah.
Beautiful, wonderful. Next, I would like to tell you about my other super cool friend, Adrian Driggs. Who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Adrian Driggs. I am Adrian Driggs everywhere. And I like streaming. I haven't been doing it though in like 6 months. So maybe one day I will again. Follow the socials to find out. it'll be a surprise to all of us.
You're just charging so that when you come back, it'll be that much stronger.
Yeah, I'm just working on my spirit bomb reserve. It's building. I need more spirit from the rest of the world to help give me enough though to blast the spirit bomb though. Yeah. But
Sorry,
Tawdry
what was that?
gossip. But
Is this like a reverse Canadian accent where
I'm
it's
hearing it too.
okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, what about it? What
yeah,
it?
but
Yeah.
Titus, Tawdry gossip. Titus, you would think, as a fire genasi, loves the desert. And they thought that they loved and would love the desert because heat and dry, right? The extreme dry. They don't.
Nobody likes the vastness? Oh, come on. Come
Oh,
on.
man.
They don't simply because it's ruining their clothes.
Mm-hmm. Sand getting everywhere.
Abrasion, the sand getting everywhere, and the abrasion absolutely just like shredding through the material and discoloring it and buffing out all his shine, all their shine. Everything is just
Tragic.
If you took your pants off, you wouldn't have this problem, is all I'll say to that.
But the exfoliation,
true.
the skin is glowing.
Yes. Yes. Soft.
glowing. Indeed, there's definitely been some interesting shifting. This I'm additional tawdry gossip is there may or may not be some after effects on Titus' appearance after such a visit to such a high temperature, unusual environment. We won't know until whenever.
Too hot to trot. That's what Titus always says. Beautiful, wonderful. Speaking of potentially eldritch beings, hey Fenice, what's up?
Yeah, I love that. Hello, everybody. I am Fenice Starlight. I am also a streamer here on the Twitchverse and an absolute RP ho. I am here for all the RPs, and I love it. I do some variety streaming. Right now, I've been streaming some video games, aside from my collaborations with RP hoeing around the internet. And I've been doing some Baldur's Gate in preparation of Baldur's Gate 3 coming out. Playing the old school one, the 1998 game, and Diablo 4. And yeah. That's pretty much it. Chaos. But here I play Eden, Sorlock, from the Feywilds. Tawdry gossip. Okay, so Eden is very well known that Eden does not judge based off of like how you look, like at all. Like they really are very accepting. But if you smell bad, it's a no. Smell bad, it's a no. Now, what is smell bad for Eden? Well, we'll see.
For the record, Titus, no matter what they do, no matter what scent they put on, always end up smelling a little bit of ash, but like ash from like a cedar wood.
I was ready for you to say Axe body spray. Like I was so fucking
I
ready.
was like, okay, Eden then hates you.
That's fairly funny.
No, not Axe, not Axe, Ash. Different.
Ash.
Yeah.
Ash.
But yeah,
Yes.
no, that
Cedar
is
ash.
fine. Like that cedar ash is fine.
Okay, I rolled, Arcadia rolled so she's been in combat, okay? She's been in combat. We've been at sea.
No, we haven't been at sea.
Salty brine.
We've
we
been
were
at river.
In a
little
river.
bit.
We've been wet.
We had
Freshwater
been
or
wet.
saltwater?
We shouldn't be wet
Fresh
anymore.
water,
We're
I
like
feel like.
inside a pyramid now with some fucking
That's true. It's
I don't know
been
about you guys,
sandy.
but the rivers that are in desert areas are not like the same rivers you would find in a forest. Like they're going to be full of like different kinds of like algae and stuff because of the temperature difference. They're really kind of muddy, mucky.
Would you say
mushy
they're
kinds of
murky.
rivers.
They're
why-
murkier.
Would you say
Yeah.
that's why you should stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to?
I mean, I'm from the desert. What I'm used to is the
God
desert.
damn
ones.
it, Adrian. Beautiful.
Anyways, Arcadia rolled a constitution saving throw to see what she smells like. I rolled a 13.
Mm.
Still smell good, I think.
I
You
think that's
think?
still like a neutral.
Yeah. But
Okay.
maybe she's giving off some pheromones, you
A little bit
know?
of natural musk, but it's
Yeah,
still
natural
complementing the aroma.
Okay.
palette.
It's not a bad smell,
Also,
but yeah.
the only perfume I ever wear smells, it's like it's called campfire or something like that. It smells like exactly what I imagine Titus smells like. It's like cedar and fire. It smells so fucking good.
Plus, Eden has prestidigitation, so do not worry, guys. Like, Faye have been prestidigitating the shit out of everybody all the
Wait,
time.
I just
on
want to
the-
say that
the low
during this
side.
all these adventures, no one has ever had BO because Eden would not allow it. So like the second you get like a little tang,
Literally.
Eden's like, okay,
I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I fix.
yep. Mm-hmm.
I love
Do you
that.
know that
1000%.
Mighty Boosh skit where it's like the midnight barber
Yes.
and like
Oh,
cutting
yeah.
his hair while he's asleep? That's Eden, but with prestidigitation and
Yeah.
VO. It's like
Yep.
whenever people are sleeping, it's just like doot, 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 doot. I do my best work when you're asleep.
That's why Eden only, it's like very important that
I
Eden
sleep
only
4 hours,
meditates
so I'm
for
up
hours. Yeah.
4
And
hours
Faye
before
specifically
everybody.
insists that Faye like the last person to sleep too, so that they can go in and boop 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 boop. Yeah.
I love this. Okay, team. So we're gonna do a bit of a little recap. But I'm gonna do it a little different because I'm bully. I'm bully, and I'm gonna put you all on the spot. Are you ready? Okay. I want you to give me a recap. It does not have to be comprehensive. Just give me like, but only from your character's perspective. So, like, what has Arcadia, Titus, and Eden, like, what is, they are currently in combat with these sphinxes in a pyramid. And if I said, hey, how's it been going lately? I just want to know the like 1 or 2 things that stand out in your mind that if you were catching up with a friend, you're like, recent developments in my life include whatever. Okay. Who wants to go first?
I will go first.
Amazing.
Let's do 3 words or 3 short sentences. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. New cat best friend
Mm.
as 1 sentence.
Yeah.
Sphinx very strong.
Yeah.
Eden hot.
Okay.
Literally me in
Okay.
fucking combat to the death for my life and being like, but
Stay hot.
goddamn. Beautiful, wonderful, perfect. Titus or Eden? What's hey, how are things been going lately? What's up with you? $10 inspiration for the cat. Thank you. Misty will rejoin the party shortly. Don't you guys worry. You don't even have to summon her. She's already in the pyramid. They just haven't made it to her yet. But now Misty is feeling inspired.
Inspiration for
No,
Misty,
Adrian's
I
cat.
think it-
Okay, I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Lady Morgana.
Lady Morgana gets inspiration, not Misty.
Probably needs it because she's super needy right now, which is why she's in my lap.
Okay. Titus and Eden, what's up with you?
Got brought back to life, but still broken.
Brokan, yeah.
Broken, yes. Confusion, feelings, and confusion. And also we are taking I think my first official trip in an area that I have not seen or experienced as like in a desert per se. So everything is new, but also
Ooh.
like I don't understand exactly what the fuck is happening most of the time. I'm just here to have a good time and party.
I will also say that Oxvale is where you've spent your entire time on the material plane, and you arrived in spring, and then like you arrived at the solstice or like just before the solstice, and then stayed through the summer. So, but you've never experienced like an arid, hot desert. You are currently in the desert.
Deserts in the Feywilds are very wildly different. They're not like this.
And I will say that, there you go, James. Oxvale's a very temperate city. I based a lot of it off Edinburgh in my mind. So you can think about that. Like it rains a lot. It doesn't get too hot. It doesn't get too cold. And then y'all just went right into the desert. Yeah, this is a brand new experience.
Yeah, it's Eden's first time at Burning Man.
Love that. Yeah. Okay, Titus. What's been going on with you?
Titus. I'm a fuck up, but I fixed it. Kind of.
What was the fuck up you did?
Murdering my friend by touching the thing.
What was the thing?
Gross. It was we don't know what it was. It was an orb that we were supposed to be stealing from the museum that was supposed to be a Sears orb, and it was certainly not the Sears orb. It was something else. We still don't know yet what it was, and it had been taken from our possession, so we have not yet gotten to figure out what it is. Yeah. And then the desert's nice, except for fuck all the sand. And my sister Ember's a pick-me bitch.
Wow. How dare you insult Rachel like this? I am absolutely like infuriated right now.
Speaking of Rachel, and by Rachel I mean Ember. If you know, you know. By Ember, Evelyn, Rachel, my queen of my heart. And imagine being Evelyn's shit-starting, gambling-addicted sibling in this economy.
With talent. Artistic. Thank you.
Confident. Confident.
Did we get Ember's perspective of what's been happening?
Yeah. Okay. Ember's perspective. Ember has been... So I've been looking into some court intrigue and some mysterious goings on while researching, well, some things that perhaps transcend a normal artificer's abilities into somewhat what some people who are narrow-minded might call necromancy. But I don't call it that. I call it advanced artificing. In any case, I went to consult the royal necromancer. Turns out he's dead for boinking the king's lover, and then my sibling showed up, who I haven't seen in years, has been a complete dick to me the entire time, but I followed them on this strange adventure anyway because I love them still, even though they are literally the worst. Any questions?
No, that's fair.
Okay. So that was my star wipe transition sound. We return now to a heated combat. You entered the tomb after removing the hallow spell that surrounded it, and to find where the necromancer Vosloo might be, or his remains might be. Now, upon entering, you saw a plaque that said, "A moment of silence for the fallen," at which point you immediately ran your mouth and awoke the inanimate statues of sphinxes who have begun attacking you. Every time you speak or use a spell with a verbal component, another sphinx awakens. You are currently surrounded by 4. You are in a rather narrow and long hallway, but up ahead you can see a large sandstone door that is slightly ajar and looks uneroded. This is an interior door, so it does not have the pocks and sort of wear that the exterior of the pyramid does. There is just, however, the door behind you, which has closed, you can see let in gusts of sand that coat the walkway in front of you. And around you, the sphinxes prowl and wait, ready for their next attack. Now, I don't remember the order, but I think...
Might have it written down.
Thank
I do
you.
have it written down.
I do have it written down too.
Look at us.
Oh my God, who goes first?
I'm too gay to write.
The order. Do you want me to keep it, or are you gonna write it down?
Yeah, you keep it, because I had it written down, but I lost that piece of paper. So
Okay, so it goes the Sphinx, Eden, Arcadia, Titus.
okay, so we're gonna start with Eden.
Okay. I feel like I am going to be struck with the realization that we just read a plague and totally did not do what we were supposed to do.
Let's just say that.
Who's to say that? Like, I'm just gonna say that there's like, the Holy Spirit of my
Of the DM's
sword.
recap.
Of the DM's recap, like, is dawned upon me, and I'm like struck with, oh my God, maybe we should shut the fuck up. So I think we were like all bunched up together, being gang banged by 4 sphinxes right now. So
Very
I am
vivid description that I don't like. Yeah, as you are.
Yep, they're everywhere. I am going to use my ability to face step out of the heck away. But instead of having me step out of the way, I am going to touch Arcadia's.
So Arcadia is not right next to you. Titus and Ember are right next to you. Arcadia was up ahead, kind of like 1v1ing a few sphinxes, tanking like a queen.
Okay, so she's not close to me. The closest person is Titus, yeah?
Yes, Titus is in within melee.
Then I'll touch Titus,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be like, and instead of misty stepping me myself, because I'm a spring court, I can choose to misty step somebody else 30 feet out. So I'm going to send Titus over towards the door. There's a door right here, right? Up ahead.
Yes. Kind of on the map. I'm going to scroll so they can see where this wall is. This is basically the huge door.
Yeah. So I'm sending them the closest possible. I don't know how many feet it is, but it's the Missy step is 30 feet. So I'm going to send them as I say shh.
Okay, so I'm going to say you can get them right in front of the door. Titus, you were just vibing. And then all of a sudden you're like, huh! And you are smack in front of a huge sandstone door that is slightly ajar.
Well, I don't know if it matters turns or not, but
you can have a reaction. Like, I'm going to give you, like, you could do something, but I think Arcadia's next in the order. Is that right?
Yes.
Let me check if the Fey step is actually like a.
I think it's a bonus action. Misty
I think
Step
it's
is.
a bonus action. Yeah.
So I was just going to give
Um,
Titus a reaction.
Yeah. Okay.
Titus is just going to turn around and thumbs up because they got the message about the silence. So they're like, and like, going to probably investigate the door as soon as possible to try to get in. But that's my turn later.
Awesome. Okay. So, Eden, what would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
I am going to use my action to disengage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna move towards Titus. So I would have like 30 feet still. So a little bit before Titus, but
Okay.
trying to.
So if you disengage, does that mean you get no attacks of opportunity, or do you only not
Yeah.
get attacks of opportunity against the person you're engaged with?
Yeah, that one, the last one.
Okay, so you're still going to take 3 attacks of opportunity. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Let's little. My little pony. Oh. Well, good news. One of them critically failed. Isn't that nice?
That's great.
And none of them critically critted. So that's nice.
That's good.
However, the other 2 rolled a 23 and a 22. Do those hit?
I am going to use shield for 1, but the 23 does hit me. Meat speaks.
Okay. So you go past, and the Sphinx that is kind of behind Arcadia, that was kind of approaching to get at her, is going to just reach out with its claws and swipe at you. You take 8 slashing damage as it just carves a chunk out of your shoulder as you go by. But the other 2 miss.
Yeah, I'm like just holding my Bjorn with baby
Estelle?
which is Estelle, which I if you will allow me, I am gonna say that I put the little creature to sleep right before we entered combat. They sleep through everything because of all the shenanigans. And Andaloke is just like circling above me because it's a flying creature. So
Okay, in my headcanon, Estelle doesn't really sleep, but when you tell Estelle nap time, she knows that she has to kind of chill for a bit.
yeah. She I feel like at this point she understands that we do dangerous things, that we can
Yeah.
something bad can happen. So I think she connected, especially because Mama died at a certain point. So I think she figured it out. There's definitely some childhood trauma, but we'll figure that out.
No
We'll figure that out
backflip.
eventually. No backflip, no nothing, no shush. Yep. Mhm.
I
Yep.
feel like she goes right back to you. Like she just mimics you, but you go like shh, and she's like shh, right back at you.
Yep. That happens. But yeah, I'm going to go over here.
Okay.
I think that's fair. That's 30 feet.
Thank goodness Estelle isn't yelling, no hop, no hop, no hop the whole time. Yeah, Loha, don't worry. Estelle knows nap time, the importance of nap time. Okay. So next in the order we have Arcadia. What would you like to do?
Yes. Okay. For my movement, can I get to where Titus is if I disengage and move?
Yeah, you can get almost the whole way there. I'd say yeah. Actually, you're a bit closer, so I say yes, you can.
Okay.
You'll take 1 attack of opportunity still if you disengage and move, though.
Okay. I would like to. So Arcadia is going to close her eyes because her sword, she's currently like wielding her sword. She's going to close her eyes and channel her divinity for narrative purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is her beautiful thorn vines that sort of envelop her sword. And she's doing this because in the past, this is how she attuned to and bound with Eden when Fae were a sword. And she's wondering if they still, because they were able to communicate telepathically, if they still have a telepathic connection.
Ooh. I'm going to have both Eden and Arcadia give me insight checks.
These dice, I fucking...
Okay.
I got
19
it.
for me.
11.
Okay. So I'm going to say, Eden, you feel like the feeling of someone, when you know someone's staring at the back of your head, but you don't know who or why, you feel like the twinge of somebody's looking at you. And Arcadia, you
Turn around.
every now and then I gotta yeah.
Yep.
Arcadia, you kind of like reach into your sword and you reach for Eden, but instead of hearing Eden, you hear the lapping waves of the ocean. You are currently wielding Venus's sword. And so when you reach to telepathically communicate through that weapon, you connect with her more than with Eden.
Okay. Is it just the sound of the waves that she hears?
Well, I will let you decide. Do you want to kind of like see if you want, because you basically you reach for Eden and you do not feel Eden. You feel Venus. Do you want to try to like pivot and go for Venus?
So she was sort of like searching for something. Well, she was searching for Eden. But I think if she felt a connection to someone or something else, that she would explore that.
Okay. So you start to feel that tie to Venus and you reorient yourself. And in a moment, it has been so bright while you've been in the desert. And even in the confines of this tomb, your skin remembers the burn of the sun. And you have not experienced the weightlessness, the comfort, the sort of humidity of the island since you have left. But as you close your eyes and connect with your sword, you feel it. You feel the ocean breeze on your face and the spoon drift on your skin, the waves crashing against you and the scent of salt in the air. And you hear murmurings in your mind in primordial. And it sounds like a cadence, a chant to Venus that you have known, a hymn to beauty and power and desolation. And you always thought it was a little strange, but when you look around you and you see these reliefs, these artifacts, these beautiful sculptures in sandstone with fangs and blood on their claws, that does seem to resonate a bit more. And you understand the beauty and violence of this situation in a way you have not before. You are granted inspiration.
Thank you, DM.
You're welcome.
That was beautiful.
Okay. So she's sort of like, it's a very tense situation and just kind of realizing it's hard for her to, I think, back away from a fight. But there's sort of this comfort that she's found in that interaction. Especially, she wants to protect her friend. She wants to protect Eden. So she's seeing, her party move on, and she decides that she's going to disengage and follow them as well.
As you disengage, it's like Okay. If you ever remember the first time you listened to heavy metal and it sounded like noise, and if you ever have a moment where it clicks into music, where your brain suddenly understands the moments of dissonance and can find the melody in something it previously interpreted as noise. When you step out of combat to follow Eden, that is what clicks inside your mind. And you can see the sort of patterns and shapes behind you. You can see the motivations of the sphinxes, and you can see their relationships in a way that you hadn't before. They are protectors. They are guardians. They are just like you.
She sort of, as she steps away, she kind of like bows her head in respect to them. The way she tried to when she read that initially is bowing her head for moments of silence and sort of realizing her error.
Okay. Could you give me a persuasion check?
I'm going to tell you right now that I'm not going to roll the digital dice. Tell you that much. Okay. Okay, are you fucking kidding me? I have inspiration. I'm gonna roll that one again.
You did get inspiration.
I rolled a 3 and a critical fail.
Never diss the digital again.
Arcadia, if there's one thing you know, it is the rage of a lover scorned.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the kind of rage that is quenched so easily. And so even though there is this moment of understanding between you and the sphinxes, that fury in them continues to rage, and they turn towards you and start to chase like the felines they are who have spotted their prey. Okay. So, yeah.
Did one of them, are they going to roll their attack?
So one of them is. All the bad vibes of your dice. I'm getting the opposite, the reverse.
Cute.
I rolled another 23.
Great. So good. Yeah, so that does hit.
Right. So you take 8 slashing damage as you pass by this sphinx. It's the same one that got eaten, and it gets you too. It's got blood on one claw and blood on the other, and now her little stiletto nails have this beautiful red gradient, and honestly, it slays.
Wow. She tries really hard not to make a sound as she gets slashed.
Okay. So, and you
Can I just say that as Arcadia is moving, I am just like, I turn around with that twinge and I just kind of like have my hand out.
I go to meet it. And I give it a little squeeze when I get there.
Okay. The 3 of you, and I'm going to say, hold on, let's see what happens with Ember.
I was about to go,
shit.
Okay, Ember.
Ember had the bubble of protection. Like, she'll be fine.
Ember had that sandstorm protection.
Yeah, so... Okay, hold on. Me looking up a force cube. This is a real item. I didn't make up this item. Cube of Force. It's a canonical item. Okay. Technically, the sphinxes are non-living matter. So she is going to use 2 charges on her force cube to make a protective bubble around herself, and then just like casually strut up down like a runway up towards y'all. And also, I just want y'all to know I have been rewatching The Good Place, and the amount of Tahani energy that Ember has up here is like that's the vibe. She looks great doing it.
Gaius is that guy who pretends to be the monk, who pretends to be silent for what's his name?
Jason?
Yeah.
Jason
He's the
Mendoza?
best.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's the best.
My himbo king.
Yeah, no, I love him.
I would die for Jason Mendoza. Okay. So I will say the four of you have made it to the wall. Now I'm going to do a few things at once. It is the Sphinx's turn, but I'm going to give you the description of what you see first, and then I'm going to roll for Sphinxes so you can decide what to do, okay? So as the four of you kind of come up to this wall, you realize that this door is a foot thick. This is a huge door. And when I said it was slightly ajar, there is about an inch showing of space, if that. It has sand has sort of piled up in front of the door, and it is quite dark out here. I know y'all have dark vision, and there are the little glowy lights in the Sphinx eyes, but you can see that from within the room, a light is shining out through the crack in the doorway, creating like a beam towards you. It is made from a thick, heavy sandstone. It is not the same porous, like volcanic material of the rest of the pyramid. It is like a limestone, but it's like thick. And yeah, that's kind of what you see in front of you. What I'm trying to say is Titus can't move it alone with their two abs. Okay.
So, if I recall, I think the only thing that I did in combat last week was use my action to cast Force Ballista. And that also has a movement speed. And technically, I haven't had my turn yet.
So that's not how anything works.
Examining the doors. Okay. Titus is going to blow up the door.
Group strength check?
Group strength check.
We'll see. Now, just asking for me, your best friend, is the order you have placed yourself on the VTT your actual position?
I believe
so.
So, because I was a little bit closer than Eden
was.
for movement speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where Ember would end up.
Okay. So they are not going to go for Ember because they cannot get through Ember's force field.
Oh, gotcha.
They are going to go for Eden and for Arcadia.
I would say I'm like there if that makes a difference, but yeah.
Okay, so you two are at the back and Titus is the front. So they're coming up from behind you. The first one is going to attack Eden. Eden does a 16 hit.
No.
Okay. The second one is going to go right past and attack Arcadia. Arcadia does an 18 hit.
No.
Jesus Christ.
I have Shield of Faith cast on myself.
And I love that for you.
Thanks.
This one's going to come up here. These are like, no, and also attack Eden. Eden does a 20 hit, dirty 20.
Yep, because I don't have a no. Actually, I had prepped a shield before, which lasts until my next turn. So technically, I have an AC of 23. So 20 does not hit.
Jesus Christ. Okay, last one. This one does hit because it's a critical hit, so it's an auto hit.
Okay.
I rolled so good, and I can't believe I didn't roll a single thing under 10. I rolled 4 d20, and none of them were under 10, and only one of them hit, and that was the nat 20. Devastating for me. Arcadia, you take 16 slashing damage. Is this just gets a big ol' hunk out of you as you approach the door. Okay. That was it. That was the Sphinx's whole turn, which is a bummer. I should have let one of them. Cannot one of them cast a spell? You know what? Yeah, I changed my mind.
With the verbal component, disrespecting their own rules.
Yeah. Not all of theirs are nonverbal.
Oh.
To make things fair, should I? Hey, chat, I'm going to retcon this. No, chat, I want you to be honest. Should should I retcon one of the ones who missed, or should I retcon the one who hit? But that gives it a chance to miss, even though it was a crit. You let me know. Look into your heart. Look into
You
your
can
heart.
retcon one of the ones that missed me. It's fine. I'll allow it if that helps.
I also feel like I would be fine if it hit me again.
Really?
I mean, like, not Arcadia, but like me as a player feels like it makes the most sense because that was the one that actually hit.
Cool. Okay. Well, did you know?
Hit me, you bitch.
Did you know? Missed, last miss. One person is chat is on your side, nobody else is. Honestly, fair and valid. I've already nerfed these for you. And also they gave me inspiration. They said it was for Lady Morgana, but I took it. Could everybody, all you beautiful little beings in a 10-foot radius, we were all clustered together, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Chat, do I trust the digital dice after I talk shit?
Listen to
Fuck
your
yeah.
heart.
23.
21.
Listen to your
Dex saving
heart.
throw. Come on, dice. I'm sorry for what I said earlier. Not bad. 19.
Nice.
Are you fucking kidding me? Titus? What's your saving?
21.
23 for me,
19.
21 for Titus, and 19 for Arcadia.
Fuck you guys. You still take half damage. As it casts 5th level Flame Strike.
Oh,
I have resistance to
ouchie.
fire
Which is
too.
So
also
help me
resist-
God, Titus.
Not immune. I said resistant. So I take half of that half.
That's correct.
Also, I have an aura of protection.
Okay, before everyone eats my farts, let me read this spell description.
Sure.
A vertical column of divine fire roars down from the heavens
That's
ceiling
cute.
in a location I specify. It's on your fucking faces.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
You make a dex save.
Mhm.
You take 4d fire damage and 4d radiant damage on a failed save and half as much on a fucking non-failed save, whatever they call that these days. So all you bitches take 5 fire damage and roll it. What's 15 divided by 2?
Who knows?
7
Seven.
radiant damage, 5 fire damage, 7 radiant damage. That's half damage. And yes,
It's
Adrian, if you
12
have
in total.
And
Adrian,
then also everyone within 10 feet of me, which is everyone in the party, because of my aura of warding, is resistant to damage from spells, period.
I don't want to math that.
okay.
Oh my god. So that's
It's
3.
like half of a half and a half layer for me. Because I only
You don't
can
get
do
double
half
resistance. That's not a thing. There's no double resistance, but you do get resist. So basically, you take half of half.
Yeah.
I said
so
okay.
5 and
Okay.
7, which makes 12.
12. So 6 points total.
6. You each take 6
mean,
damage.
Yes.
Hmm.
6. Let me
Okay.
do another one. There we go.
No,
Oh,
the
fair
Sphinxes are immune to their own damage. Fine.
Fire
Fine.
from the heavens. 6 damage.
Shut up, Loha. I tried. That is a 5th level spell, you bitches. Like,
Psych, miss me with that shit.
I like literally, normally I have that, because we were doing nerfing Sphinxes, because I just want to make it clear that an actual Sphinx is like a level, like it's a challenge level way above yours. So I was like, okay, I'll just half it because it's challenge rating 17. I was like, half of 17's still way higher than your level, but it'll be fine because you guys are the worst. And you know what? You were just like, let's be the worst over that, even.
The worst of the worst.
The worst of the
You could
worst.
say.
Honestly, paladins are absolutely broken. I didn't even remember that there was such a thing as warding us, aside from the protection, because we got what, like a +3?
We get +3 to
all
all
our
of our
saving
saving
throws?
throws, which I
Yeah.
also forgot to mention earlier, which would have,
Yeah.
I think, protected me from something, but that's my own fault for forgetting, so it's whatever.
Yep.
All right. But you know what? There's one weakness I know you all have.
Gay.
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 Hot and gay.
Gay.
Doors.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
Second
Doors
weakness.
is
Gay
yeah.
doors.
Gay doors,
So-
it's even worse.
Okay. So all you bitches.
I would like to do detect relationship on door. It's just like, what's their status?
Their doors like kind of into
Are the
you.
two doors
Mm.
actually like
That's
what
right.
are they?
Are they like accordion doors? You know, like are
It's
they
one
touching? Is
door.
it like a will they won't they situation?
Oh,
like
it's
every
just one
it's
door.
every time we touch,
I get this feeling, and
Yeah.
every time we kiss, I swear.
I thought it was like the ones where you can dramatically
Push out.
just push two of them.
Fuck, it is now.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, it's one of those. It's two.
Okay.
Yuck. It's double doors, and they are like, you look at them, and they have reliefs kind of carved into the limestone, and images of the dead and the 9 hells, as well as the celestial planes and the sphinxes, and all these depictions of the sea in between the two. They are like something right out of Dante's Divine Comedy, and they are easily 14 feet tall, a foot thick. One is an inch ajar, so it's like a foot and an inch, I guess. They are hard to move. What do
Combined
you do?
strength check? Try to push
I would
them
also
open?
like to retcon and say that my aura of warding, especially because this was like holy hellfire, and then Arcadia being a paladin and Venus, like I don't know, like water just like splashes off of her and just like put out the most of the flames. It was just like bloop,
Just little sweat on it.
smooch, yeah, just a little smooch.
Did Venus
It's
just
sea
coom
water.
on you?
Yeah, Venus just coom
Oh.
everywhere.
Okay.
I was
On all
gonna
of
I was
us.
gonna ask if it was gonna be your feet water from all the sweat from running around.
Wow.
You know I keep them motherfucking things on me.
All right, everybody hydrate.
Cheers.
So the way a combined strength check will work is basically you have to pick one person to make the check, and then everyone else will be assisting, which will essentially give them advantage.
Oh, okay. Who's strongest? Not me.
I feel
I have a +6 to strength. However, the dice do hate me, so
Also-
consider that. But with advantage if you guys are helping, and I get a +3. So
Mm.
Yeah, I would say go ahead because I have like a +2.
I
Okay.
have a 0.
okay, all right. Arcadia.
My 2 abs.
Oh god, this. Oh, I didn't roll it with advantage, but let's see.
Not that
Okay,
strong yet.
16 was my first one. Oh, okay. So 16, but +3. 16, 17, 18, 19.
so close.
No.
So close. You all three of you, four of you kind of lean on the door. And you kind of push with all your might. And Titus, you immediately start doing the like, you know, when you like are pushing, but you're on loose sand, so you're just like feet start spinning, like you're stuck in the mud. And you guys manage to push it open a couple inches, so you got a gap about that big. But like you can't quite fit through.
Can Titus roll for Twink to see if I'm Twink skinny enough to squeeze between the 2 doors?
No. No, you can't. I refuse. Okay, no twink. You're a twink, not a cat. Like you're not liquid. You can't just like bloop between the doors. If you want to do something to make yourself a liquid twink, that would be
Wait.
allowed.
Can I do another additional assist by having Watch Cat go through the doors and start digging at the sand behind the doors so that there's less pile up behind the doors so that they can slide easier?
I will say now you can do that.
Okay.
I would
I
say
would like to do that.
like all the little guys could probably fit through if you want to kind of put them through first.
Yeah, I'm gonna also like tell Andaloke in Sylvan
Okay, you start talking.
to safety. I mean, fuck.
Yeah,
I said it. It's fine. Yeah.
he's fine. We knew this was going to happen at this point. Okay.
I mean, they're still attacking us anyway, so at this point, I guess silence doesn't matter.
All right.
Well, there's more of them that are dormant, so
Well,
kinda
there's
matters.
one less of them that's dormant
Yeah.
now. So here we go. Any other things you would like to do?
Could Titus also just like do an insight on like the mechanics of the door structure? Like, is this on hinges? Is
Mhm.
this
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
sliders? Is it on rails? And
It's super heavy. It's like a big piece of rock that's real fucking heavy. It's on hinges.
can I use my force ballista cannon to like just pound at it for extra strength?
You just want to like fucking bazooka the door open.
Maybe. I mean, it's a bonus action and to use my. It doesn't say anything about being verbal or anything either.
Yes, bazooka is known for their silent properties.
I'm not speaking though.
Mm.
Does it say that it's
Yeah,
speaking
but it's
noise
not
or
a
any
silent
noise?
thing. It's
Mm.
noise in general.
Okay.
Well, hey, you know what? I'm not here to tell you what to do. Let's go to the top of the order.
Can you
Okay.
can you read what it said again at the top? Silence for the fallen.
A moment of silence for the fallen.
Okay. Just ruminate on that, Adrian.
Or don't. Honestly,
Yeah.
live your life.
The top of the order, Eden. Well, so the Sphinx went, right?
Yes, they went.
Okay, so then it's Eden.
I'm like trying to think.
You can just keep pushing if you want.
Could I try myself? Maybe I don't know.
Do it as like another assisted strength check.
You could do an assisted strength check.
Would it be athletics? What is it? Or like a saving throw? What do you want me
Yeah,
to
athletics.
do?
Oh,
Athletic is good.
I fucked
mean,
up
it's the
then. I just
same
did a
fucking thing.
strength save.
You're
But I
still going
guess
to be
that was-
proficient in strength saves, though, so I think it would have been the
Is
same.
literally the same fucking like modifier
Yeah,
for
the-
me. So
the
it
ma- I was gonna
really
say the
does
math comes
not
out the same.
change
But the
anything. I was just
thing that's
looking at it.
different is that
The dice.
no, the on skill checks, you don't get a +3 from me.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
It's
this
to
one's a
strength
skill
saving
check.
throws. Okay, I didn't know that. That's my bad.
Okay. I think I'm going to use Tides of Chaos and give myself advantage.
Okay.
And pray for all hell because if a 19 didn't do it, I need like 18 plus maybe. Let's see. Pray.
Well, I only rolled a 10.
Wow, a 1 and a 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like 4.
You run into the door and bounce right off. So when you Tides of Chaos, do you auto surge or?
No, I search if I do magic after.
Okay.
But I mean, if Jet wants, I think we could do that.
All right. Next in the order.
Arcadia. Okay. Let me just see something as an action. Okay. And then pushing the door is my full action, correct?
Yeah. You can still
Okay.
do a bonus action or other things,
Okay.
but your action is to like
Is to push
the door.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Ouch, that door is thick. I will say, as I bounce right.
Oh, I'm so
off
glad you
it.
said that.
I'm so glad you said that too.
That you
I
said it.
mean, we're all fucked up anyway. Fuck it. Like I'm not going to.
Okay.
Your dying words be she thick though.
She fucking thick.
Yeah.
She dummy thick. All right.
Oh.
Okie dokie. So I am going to try to push the door again. And so is this still, we get the help action from each other, right?
If someone's going to assist you, yes.
Who's gonna assist me?
I'm assisting still.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's athletics that I'm rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, baby. Come on, babe. Fuck me.
I mean, if you insist.
Also, my modifier is not the same for athletics. That's interesting. A 9.
Yeah, that doesn't move it at all,
Yeah.
actually. Not even like the few inches you got last time.
Why is that? Sorry, never mind.
Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
I don't think I can. Let me see. Action. These are all actions. Hmm. I would actually. Can I, so I can see through?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to Misty Step to a space that I can see.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, it does. You can Misty Step right through into the room.
Boop.
30
I
feet.
do that.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And now I can tell you helping on the other side to push.
So you Misty Step
cool
into the
now.
room and you are immediately like, this room is huge and it glows. And you see that Estelle and Andaloque and the watch cat are all in there just like furiously digging out the kind of sand that's pushing the door, kind of keeping it in place, trying to make room. And the watch looks up at you and goes, "Hey, a little help ya."
I would like to help.
Okay, great. So this is going to lower the DC for the next check. $25. Force pump. Force pump. What does
Forrest
it mean?
Gump?
Arcadia's going to
Forrest Gump,
immediately
yeah.
start. Okay, so she's helping to help
Mhm.
dig it out, but also she's low to the ground now. She starts doing push-ups to get a pump going, a force pump, if you will, so that she'll be stronger to help push the door and lower the AC.
Yep, that's how science works, kids. Beautiful. I love that.
Thanks.
Next in the order,
That
Toitus.
is Toitus.
Wait.
Get me. Titus
Mhm.
would like to do a strength check to try to open the doors.
Great.
Is anyone assisting me?
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still there with my ass.
Ass.
So yes.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, nice.
did I get a 19? Why is the 14 highlighted?
You got a 14 and a 19, yeah.
So I got a 19.
Okay, with a 19, you are able to push it open a little bit more. Now I think you can, it's like 7 inches.
Guys have got a narrow head.
I
They
have
can
no-
squeeze.
So that, like I say you could try to twink through.
Yeah, Titus would like to try to twink through.
Okay. Roll for twink. It's a dexterity,
Oh,
acrobatics, sleight of hand, something like that.
I got a 14.
I'll say that does it. You're able to kind of just like, huh, it's not. You know what though?
I get scrapes.
It snags your suit.
All of my buttons burst. My abs
But
are
like
exposed.
Yeah,
sexily,
kind of
yeah, just
hot,
like
actually. Like the
wait,
buttons
did
are.
we
Like
have
kind of like
one
sexy,
or
like
two abs?
scrapes.
Yeah, roll for abs today. How are they looking?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can I
what's the number?
I'm up to 2 already. So can I? What do I roll for abs? Just a d20?
Maybe one
or a D4?
pops out
D20.
again.
Roll a d20. Okay. Roll it. I got a 3.
yeah, we're still with them 2 abs.
Yeah.
Still the 2 abs.
I will say
I would like to say that
One
the
has
Rock, like,
regressed.
Shouldn't have eaten last night.
Okay. All
Not
right.
how it works.
Next in the order is Ember. Let's. You know what, Ember? Maybe you do try and push it. Is your strength any better than Titus's? Let's find
Oh,
out.
Titus is going to be so mad if Ember opens the door after them.
If I crit, no, she doesn't. She fucking doesn't even a little. So she can't open it anymore. But if you can slip
She would
through, she
have
can probably
advantage
slim
also.
through.
I was going to say, like, maybe
Advantage?
Titus grabs their.
Maybe helping.
She rolled worse.
Oh no.
She rolled a 4 and then a 3.
Oof.
Maybe
No.
Titus, like, just grabbed their arm and yanked
Yeah.
her through.
So
Like,
she's like,
get in here.
I'm trying to push it. I don't know why it's not working. I've got the leverage all well calculated. This seems to be okay. All right, I'm going through. And kind of whoop, through the door. Eden, hey babe.
Yes.
You know how there are 6 sphinxes on the other
Yeah.
side of the door with you?
Yep. Yep, but you know, like we rolled some wild magic shit. So
Well, and Ember was just talking.
Oh fucking hell, why did I close that document? 1 second, let me reopen it. It's a decent one. It could help me. But yeah, I have 6 sphinxes up my anus right now, so that's not good.
One of them is hexed.
One is hexed, yeah.
Could be-
I hexed it before. So I think I'm going, first of all, I am going to use my action so that like we can explain the surge with that. I am going to use my action to cast mirror image on myself.
Oh, okay.
So 3 more Edens appear. It's like
I had a dream like this once.
so it's
It's a
4
regular
Edens
occurrence for
that are kind of like just switching around and being like, "What's up, bitch? I'm here. Who is it? Who is the real one? Who's the real one? You don't know. You don't know. We're shuffling the cups. We're shuffling the cups right now." And so that happens. And as soon as I do that, my wild magic sparkles and creates a massive boulder that drops down on my target. It says target for 5d10 points of damage, bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Destroying art.
From the heavens, but a boulder this time.
Yep.
Okay.
An actual huge ball.
So I'm gonna say you can target one of the sphinxes.
Yes.
And
I would like to target the hexed one, which I think like had already taken a little bit of damage as well.
All right. So how much damage was that? You said does?
Let me roll that
5d10, was it?
5d10.
Oh God.
It's a nice chunk.
My
of
boy.
damage. My good time boy. My sweet
Brother,
help.
That is 20 bludgeoning damage.
Oof. Okay, so I'm gonna say he takes 20 bludgeoning damage. It just like smushed into the ground, Looney Tunes style. He's actually not quite dead, but I will say he's effectively grappled, like he's restrained because there's a fucking boulder on top of him, 127 days style. He's under that rock.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good news.
Yeah.
That's 1 fewer sphinx than previously.
Exactly. Very
That's
true.
Bad news.
Defacing ancient art.
There do be 5 sphinxes still.
Yes, I do understand. I have mirror image and I saw like everybody sneak in. So there is enough space because I'm actually like Eden is fairly tiny. For not like super
Fair small.
Fair little guy.
I think Fair the smallest one actually in the group.
Okay.
Because Arcadia is tall, right?
She's 6 feet.
Yeah.
Arcadia is a muscle mommy, but Arcadia did Misty step in.
Do you know who's taller than Arcadia? Smurf. Just saying. Hi, Smurf.
So I'm gonna try. I might like get down to trying, but I have 3 extra of me and I have a reaction to cast shield. So I am going to try to like bolt it out.
Can you tell me how mirror image
Use
works?
my movement. Okay, so mirror image is duplicates of myself appear in the space until the spell ends. The duplicate move with you and mimic your actions, shifting positions, etc. Each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of my duplicates.
Okay. So I'm going to roll 5d20.
Yes.
What do I have to roll for it to attack you?
So if you have 3 duplicates, you must roll a 6. I have to roll it.
Okay.
Like so just attack and then I'll roll and see if it attacks me or
I rolled all of them at once. So 5 of them attack you.
Okay.
The first one, what do you want me to do? How do you want to do this? Okay, the first one does a 19
So it says
hit.
you must roll for the first one, you must roll a 6 or higher to attack a thing. So let me roll if I do a 6 or higher.
Okay.
That is a 19. So the first attack attacks one of my duplicates. Duplicates poofs out of existence.
Okay. Second one.
I will roll, and that one is actually, I need to roll an 8 or higher. Let's roll. That is a 6. So that one hits me.
Okay. So that one does a 17 hit.
No.
No? Are you using shield?
I have mage armor on. I had mage armor before we got in.
Okay.
So my AC is 18.
So that one swipes and misses. The next one attacks. Third one.
Yes. Let me roll to see if I roll over 8. I do not. It attacks me.
Okay. This one does a 25 hit.
Yep. It hits and there's no shield to protect that.
Okay. So you are going to take 8 slashing damage from that boy.
Yep.
Fourth one.
Let me roll to see if I get. That's a 16. It hits one of my duplicates. So
Poof.
I have one more.
Okay. And the last one is going to use a spell attack.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's the same thing.
Does it have a saving throw?
Yes. A dexterity saving throw.
Then I just need, I need to make it.
Okay. It's going to be another flame strike.
Okay.
Is she, if we're both on opposite sides of the door, she's not within 10 feet of me?
No, she's not within 10 feet anymore.
Okay, dexterity saving throw. I do have one more inspiration just in case. That's a freaking 24.
So you only take half damage.
Yeah.
Still not great. I didn't roll that great. You're lucky. So you take 6 fire damage and 6 radiant damage.
So 12 in total.
As just this pillar of fire kind of just like a lightning bolt strikes from the ceiling of the tomb in which you are enclosed and crashes into the ground beneath you. And the sand at your feet turns into wisps of glass that claw at your legs. But you are strong and manage to, somersault a little to take a less damage. So you're not in the eye of the of the attack. You
Yeah,
now connect to the
I've
periphery.
been literally swerving and kind of dancing capoeira around these fucking sphinxes.
Yes.
Like that's what's going on.
Duck and weave.
Hey, now I'm picturing
Yep.
you doing like the flips, because I took a semester at capoeira, and it's fun.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
keep going. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Eden with the sick flips. All right.
Yeah, sick flips. Do I get to the door and can I squeeze in?
Well, we're back to the top of the order. So
Well,
are
the
you
Sphinx
next?
took their
well,
turn, so
that's-
it's Eden now.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna take, I will say 2 attacks of opportunity if you don't disengage as your action. If you just want to like run for it.
okay.
Is-
No, I'll use my action to disengage. I think I am like 30 feet.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
30 feet is within that thing, so it
Yeah.
should get me beat. Like,
All right.
Yeah.
So you are able to disengage, run for the door, and you see the little gap, and you're able to kind of shimmy through. You are slight. You're even smaller than Titus and Ember, so you're able to through the door to the other side. But you look back through the gap, and you can see the sphinxes prowling towards you. What do you do?
they're following me. So I use the disengage to. I think I can do. I can do. There's not really anything I can do. Actually, can I retcon because can I retcon the opportunity attack since I have another mirror image up?
You would like to take the opportunity attacks?
Yeah, and so I still have the action.
How many did I say, hey chat, how many did I say Fate have to take?
12. How much damage?
No,
Total?
how many
Wait, what?
opportunity attacks? Did I say 2?
2. You said 2.
I'm so nice. Okay. All right. Well, the first one's going to attack you as you go by.
I need to roll over an 11 this time.
Yeah.
What is that number?
19.
Fuck yeah. So the first attack,
You're so lucky that
What
was
is
a
it?
crit. But it misses.
Okay, cool. it
takes-
goes.
So the last one is going to
so the
target you
last
because there are
one
no more
poofs.
mirror images.
Yeah.
Okay. That one is a 24. Does that hit?
Hits.
Okay. So it is going to be. Every one of them has been the same, yet I can never remember how much damage it is. 17 divided by 2. 8. 8 slashing damage that you take before you're able to sort of through the door.
Cool. And when I am through the door, how does it look like inside? Like,
Okay.
is there something I can drop from above to block the entrance?
All right. So you're kind of everyone else immediately turned around and was worrying about you, but you take a moment to sort of examine the space. You are in a huge chamber full of pillars and plinths and a glowing emblem in the middle of the floor that radiates light from something that feels cosmic in origin. And you also see around you all sorts of treasures, piles of gold and gems. It's giving Cave of Wonders. On the far side of the room is a gargantuan statue of Anubis with a huge base. The base itself is as tall as you are, on which his sort of like mighty feet stand, and his eyes glow and stare at you with judgment. What do you do?
If I find something to drop in front of this door, I am going to try to do that so that it's blocked because the sphinxes are big. So maybe they won't pass.
So the only movable objects that you see around are the treasure that's in the room. The statue, it looks too big to move if the base is taller than you are. There are like pillars around you. They do. Are they load bearing? Who's to say?
Is the door not movable?
I mean, you moved it once.
Yeah, I guess like we could try to move it again, but again, I'm not like the strongest person. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to like push it in a little bit more since they're following me.
Okay. So give me an athletics check.
20? Dirty 20.
That does it. Eden, you pop through and just kind of like, hua, hua. And I guess because the DC was lowered from all the like digging that everyone was doing, and you're able to just whoomph, close the door behind you. And as the door closes, all the sound of claws on sandstone, of the creaking of constructs coming to life is gone instantly. This door is completely soundproof.
Nice.
I literally like, you know, when you're like against a wall and you slowly like, yeah, that's what happens. And I'm like,
Eden.
I'm bloodied. I'm like at like 12 out of 54 hit points left.
I'm also 17 out of 60. Like, we're fucking. Eden, are you all right?
Yep.
Titus would like
Party.
to cast Cure Wounds.
Who are you casting it on?
Titus would do it first to Eden, because Eden is, in their eyes, like they cannot let Eden die again. Like that's their responsibility at this point in
Fool me
life.
once. Shame on me.
So you get I double ones. Are you fucking kidding me? You get 6 points back.
What is Cure Wounds? It's 2d6.
Rip.
It's 2d8
2d8
plus
even.
4 because I'm casting it at second level.
Oh,
And 6 points is all they get because I got double ones plus 4.
okay. So, Titus, what does this look like
Oh,
when you
no.
cast Cure Wounds? Tell me, because this is a touch-based spell, and Eden
It's
just
a touch
slid
base.
down and left a smear of blood as Faye
So-
kind of slid down the door.
Titus just kind of runs quickly over to Eden, is like fuck, and like touches lightly on both of your shoulders, and there's a little bit of a crackle and heat coming from their hands for a second, and it's like someone gently like lowered you into a bath, and the heat kind of like relaxes and like it stops any of the immediate bleeding, but it's not a lot, obviously. Like that's how it feels though. Not like the someone put your hand in warm water thing and then you like but like
So
in the bath.
Faye don't piss herself, is what you're saying.
But yes.
As you do that, Estelle is distressed. This is the worst off Estelle has ever seen Eden. And Faye are like buzzing around Eden, and they're like trying to figure out if they're allowed to speak.
I'm just Estelle was in there, so like I'm just holding Estelle and just like cuddling her a little bit and just like I don't know if we can talk right now, so I haven't really like I feel like I hadn't had the time to like, yeah, I saw some treasures around, but I don't know if there's any other fucking signs or, you know, stuff like that, like going around. But yeah, I'm cuddling with them.
Okay, Estelle looks up at you with her bulging eyes and comically large eyelashes, and she opens her mouth and repeats the exact sound Titus made and uses her ability Spell Mimicry and casts Cure Wounds on you.
The spell that Titus said was fuck.
Yeah, so Estelle's like, fuck, 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 fuck. And then goes and like extends her little, like she's got little T-Rex arms, like little tiny arms, and tries to touch both your shoulders as she does it. I just want you to see what Estelle rolled though.
7 and an 8,
Eight.
almost max.
A 7 and an 8.
And a 7. Fuck yes, Stell.
15
Let's
more
go.
Estelle's like, yes, Hop. And heals you for 15 hit points. Estelle doesn't get a bonus to cure wounds, but you do get the full 15.
19. No.
Okay, we'll give her
No,
the bonus.
15.
Y'all are,
No, it's
we'll
fine.
give her the bonus. She copied Titus exactly. It's spell mimicry, so it was +4 to cure wounds, and I guess she does get the +4.
Yeah.
So much. I wasn't expecting this little NPC to be that impactful, but here we are.
I'm going to cry.
Yes, Hop.
Yes, Hop.
Arcadia is first going to look at Eden.
I'm doing much better now. Like,
Okay.
I'm over half of my stuff, so please take care of yourself.
Well, only so that I can take care of you better. And she's going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on herself.
Yeah.
I also critically failed, so that's really cute and fun. Why
Pretty cute and gorgeous.
did you cast it at 2nd level, Adrian?
I cast it at 2nd level as well.
Okay.
So Titus though will have seen that discourse, like heard that and like looked over at Arcadia after saying Eden saying take care of yourself, and then I looked back over at Eden, and then I look back again at Arcadia, and I can see that she
She's
is
fucking
a wreck.
bleeding.
She's
Yeah.
a wreck. Ugh. And so Titus gets up and goes over and casts Cure Wounds on you as well at 2nd level.
Ooh.
But like instead of like touching both your shoulders, Titus would like just gently reach out and put their hand on your forearm. And yeah, 14 points. There we go. Wait, hold on.
Good.
Wait, plus
Yeah,
my
that's
modifier.
awesome.
Yeah, okay, plus 14 points.
Arcadia sort of like puts her hand back on Titus's and looks up at you and says, "Thank you, Titus. I needed that."
Titus immediately turns red and was like, well, you know, it's just, and then walks away.
Okay, so she's going to she's going to top herself up with her lay on hands pool that she has.
Mhm.
So she's going to do 20 healing on herself. Okay, so I have a
I love lay on
15
hands.
15 more HP. Eden, how much do you need?
I'm 37 out of 54. Can't do math.
Yeah, me
Chat,
neither.
please help.
Yay.
Calculator. 37 out of 54.
It's
18.
17.
I
used to
17.
calculate.
Agree to disagree.
17, yes.
Seven.
Numbers
Yes.
are a lie spread by the bourgeoisie.
Okay.
Mhm.
Shout out to everyone in chat shouting 17 at the top of their goddamn lungs. Love you
I'll keep 5 on hand for some critical moments, but she's gonna go over to Eden after Titus's help. And she's going to sort of like kind of just hold her hands up to your eyes and like your head. And then it just feels like a beautiful like rain shower cleansing you and washing away all the blood. So you can heal 10 points.
As you do this, healing, start to feel Eden, the life come back into you. The blood stops pouring from you. You're still seated on the floor at the door. You are the one looking the other way. And so you are the one who sees the movement, that light source and the shadow that passes behind it. Something cast against the wall, a huge form moving towards you, approaching. And then you hear echoing through the vast chamber,
Hello? What took you so long? I was waiting.
We had some run-in with some sphinxes, but I'm so glad to see you. She kind of crouches down and puts her hand out for Scritches.
More squitches. Thank you.
Yes. What have you been up to since last we spoke?
I ate a skeleton.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, I scaled him, and then I ate him.
Do you like to play with the bones?
No, I eat them.
You eat them.
Yes.
Good for the teeth.
Yes.
Probably got a lot of nutrients, all the marrow and stuff.
I'm very strong. It's been a while since I was able to eat skeletons because they were all dead. Like real dead, not real, like, you know? Like not
Yes, we
moving.
did that for you.
Thank you. You are my
Very
friends now
welcome.
because you brought back the skeletons. Now I can chase them again.
Mhm,
That's what friends are for.
mhm.
Yes, friends are always for necromancy. That's what I'm always telling people. Speaking of,
And on that note, Titus, in your pocket, you feel that key that you used to open this door originally crackling with power.
Is that a key in your pocket, or are you just happy to see?
Um,
Ooh, woo.
ooh, ooh. And you kind of feel, and you see it like tendrils of power radiating out from your pocket across this huge chamber, a sea of treasures, to the base of this statue of Anubis. And now that Misty has moved out of the light and that radiating out of the scarab is able to shine upon the plinth, you see the perfect shape in the base that matches your key. And on that note, we're going to be right back.
I was about to touch the butt again.
It's a break time.
ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo. Ara, ara.
Okay, one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Be Gay, Do Crime, where the hottest mics in town live their hot little dreams. Who's to say? Our intrepid heroes have succeeded in escaping the sphinxes, passing into a chamber that is inhabited by hordes, like wealth overflowing, something that would make a dragon jealous. And at the far end of the room is a huge statue of Anubis with a base that seems to hum with energy in response to the key that Titus has in their pocket. What would you like to do?
Can we get a beat on what Ember's doing?
So Ember is a librarian and a researcher. Ember is living her dream. She is immediately brought out her notebook. You don't know when she brought it out. And she is going around the room and like kind of like moving treasure aside to see the artifacts that are underneath it. She's taking like etchings of reliefs. She is writing notes about them. She goes, "Oh, this is wonderful," and is just lit up with joy. She has barely she's kind of forgotten the rest of you are there because she is living, looking at these artifacts.
Do you recognize any?
Well, fascinating that these are all different sort of artifacts devoted to gods of death, which I suppose makes sense if we're in the necropolis. And many of them are devoted to Anubis. The strange part is that we left an offering to the god of necromancy to access the tomb, but all indications would say that this is a tomb for Anubis, a different god entirely.
Yes, we saw him outside, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Very important god. Not much of the religious type myself, but I have seen some of his artifacts, most notably the scale. I'm sure you've seen it with the feather on one side. It's very dramatic, that you come to the crossroads of life and death, and there upon the astral sea, Anubis weighs your soul against a feather. Huh. Lovely.
Do we see a scale anywhere?
If you want to take a second to look for it, you can look for a scale.
Okay. I think she just wants to, she's looking around and she's curious about specifically like the sigil in the middle.
Okay. So give me an investigation check or a religion check.
Okay.
Titus, are you mentioning that the thing is vibrating at all?
18.
Oh, I'm waiting for the investigation.
Okay, so with an 18, you go up to this glowing scarab that sort of radiates power and warmth and light onto the space. And the light that comes off of it is warm. It glints against the gold and is reflected back 1,000 times like a dispersed disco ball around the whole room. And as you approach, did you give me a religion check or an investigation check? Religion. Okay. So you recognize this as a holy symbol, similar to you wearing your holy symbol of Venus. This is a holy symbol for the god Anubis, and it is part of what channels his power. And as you do you step on the scarab or into that circle?
I think if she recognizes it as a holy symbol, that I mean, would I have to get as close as I am? Okay.
You could examine it from outside the circle.
I think she would do that because she wants to be respectful.
I was trying not to crunch ice into the mic and I failed. I'm sorry. So as you approach it, you can kind of feel that the statue and this sigil are connected in some way. Like the power, the divine sort of the celestial power that's in this space is sort of between these two edifices.
And do I see like a keyhole or anything?
There is I would say at the base of the statue of Anubis, you see, because it's the same shape that you saw on the surface in the same position at the base of the statues, in the same place, there's the same kind of keyhole at the base of the statue of Anubis.
Titus, do you still have that key?
Okay. At this point, Titus has been like slowly drawn towards the base of the statue, almost like not even realizing that they're being drawn to it because they've got their hand in their pocket on the key and it's kind of sucking them in. But when they hear Arcadia's voice, they stop dead and take their hand out of their pocket with the key and turn to look at Arcadia. And then they look up directly at Eden. And then they hold the key out to Eden instead, because they do not want to be the one to touch or make a decision that could negatively impact others again.
I'll take the key.
And then Titus says, I think that this is safer with you.
What do we want to do with it?
Does Eden feel the same pull to the statue that Titus did?
I will say, Eden, like you can feel the sort of tug on this key towards the base of the statue.
I do feel like the key wants to go in its rightful place, but I don't know if that is the right choice.
I do get the sense that the statue and the sigil are connected. But what it does, I don't know.
All I know is that they call to each other. And if our goal is to try to make our way to where this necromancer is, I don't see any other way to go. But this is not a me decision. This is an us decision.
Should we
Misty,
look? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Hello.
do you know one such as Fazlu?
Maybe. The water powerful wizards who come around here.
Mm-hmm.
Necromancer.
Do you know if he's here?
No. I have not seen him. He was here a lot before he, stopped being here. Before everything went to sleep. But now I have not seen him here since.
Well, everything's awake now.
Yes.
You sure he didn't come back?
No. I'm not sure. I'm a cat.
Is there another way? Arcadia's gonna start just investigating. Yeah, if there's like any other doors, openings.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Can I assist? Since I would probably
Sure.
also be looking.
Yeah.
Or actually, should I just do an investigation check? That's a very good thing for me. I'm very good at those.
Yes, you should do an investigation check. With my help, if you would like. It's so
I would like it, which is good because that first
You
roll was
take
terrible.
advantage.
Okay. I don't know how to do it like the normal way. Oh, God. All right. Well,
It's not bad. 15.
yeah, 15.
15. It looks like this is a pretty self-contained chamber. There doesn't seem to be any other areas. Nothing else here. No secret doors, no exits.
Eden, it looks like.
Wild
It's just-
magic. This door open, says Orange Streak.
And I guess I would be here.
I mean, we'll see, right? This door open. Okay, let's roll. Give me something good. Well, I mean, I guess like it's okay, but it's not gonna open shit. But I can heal myself. Gets her heals equivalent to the less damage taken, which was
Hey,
That's a nice spell.
yeah,
12.
good surge, good surge. Thank you, chat. Thank you,
Thank
Orange
you,
Streak,
chat.
for
Thank
that
you
good
for
surge.
healing me.
Does not open. But question.
That's not open.
Hey. Question.
Yeah.
Did you actually step on that scarab where you moved your little token?
I mean, I thought we were closer, so I moved closer.
Mhm.
But yeah, I could have stepped on that. Fine.
So you would have to walk. So Arcadia was investigating the scarab.
Oh, okay.
So
Then
like,
I would probably be around the scarab because I was like, I know that Titus was going towards the statue. So I just moved my token a little bit further out as we exchanged the key. That was it. It was fine.
Or two stuffs of the symbol in the center.
great.
Yeah.
Well,
It would just
Eden,
be here.
Titus, Amber,
Oh, yes. Hello.
Should we put the key in the lock?
Ember's gonna go right up to the statue of Anubis, and immediately start like investigating. Like she's probably like climbing on the statue, like still trying to be respectful, but like trying to get closer, like leaning. She has a little a magnifying glass she pulled out of her little explorer satchel. She's like leaning against it to look at the pigments that they used to decorate it. Sorry, what was that?
Do you think that we should put the key in the lock?
Well, yes, I'm quite curious as to what it does.
Well,
Titus looks at them and says, well, normally my instincts are not always going to tell me the best way to do something. Impulse, can be not ideal. But
Impulse control is never your forte, Titus.
Eden, give the key back to Titus. Let them have some fun.
I'll approach Titus and give the key back.
Titus looks first at Eden and then at Arcadia and then back at Eden. Are you sure?
I mean,
Well, we don't know what it
have-
does, but we'll find out together.
Yeah.
All right. You guys
I
go
don't
stand on
think
the
we
other
are.
side of the room right now.
Okay, where are you pointing to?
Titus is pointing literally against the back wall where we just came in.
I'm going to stand behind a
Pillar.
Yeah.
pillar. Yep.
Same. We be chillin'.
Amasses Nepo. Amasses Nepo, says Orange Streak. $25. I believe that means another wild surge from across
Okay.
the room.
There's a lot of magic in this place. So it makes
Yeah.
sense.
So true.
Kester can fly, but by sticking their thumbs in their armpits and flapping very hard for a day.
Cora wishes she had this down.
Oh my god.
Cora.
Sam. Okay.
Okay, so Titus goes to put the key in the lock and then pauses and then looks up at their sister Ember.
Yes. Do you want me to do it?
And at first, like, their face is like, you know what? That's their fault. They didn't move. And goes to start putting it in and pauses again and looks back up again at Ember and then looks back at our friends. Ember, you need to go stand over there
Are you sure?
immediately.
I mean, I've got a force key. Okay. All right.
Immediately.
All right. I'll go. Goodness. So touchy.
And then Titus puts the key in the lock. Well, Titus does the same thing with the key first. Cuts their hand open, puts it on the key, and then puts it in the lock.
Great. Titus, could you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oof. That was a 2. There's no wisdom to be had.
So the rest of you see as Titus cuts their hand, takes the lock, and takes the key, presses it into the lock, and turns. And it's like they're turned inside out. Titus is sucked into the lock, into the base of the statue, and disappears. They're gone. And the room is silent.
Arcadia runs over immediately.
Same. But instead of running, I am compelled for some reason to put my my thumbs under my armpits and fly over.
Okay. You get there. Titus is gone. There's nothing. There is nothing.
The
there.
key's still in the lock.
The key is still in the lock, and it is still
we-
closed.
I would say we arrive at the same time, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Eden. I just look at Eden like, are we gonna do this thing?
Oh. Better together, right?
Arcadia grabs Eden's hand and puts both of them on the key and twists.
Okay. Are you choosing to fail the saving throw? Or would you like to make this, or would you like to attempt the saving throw?
I'm gonna attempt it. Like, what the heck? Like, I
Thank
don't
you,
know
Hatter,
how.
for the 10 gifted subs.
Thanks, Hatter.
I guess because we don't really know what is happening. We
Mhm.
didn't know that that was the save that was,
Yeah.
so we wouldn't know to choose to fail it. So
Okay.
I guess
So both of you give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and then Eden, you and I would both get
Get a
+3.
+3.
Yeah.
16 for me.
14.
14. Okay. You both disappear from the treasure room, but you come to immediately in what feels strangely familiar. There is a scent in the air that reminds you of the Liminal Manor. But it's not. It's like that room you were in where Titus tried to drown himself face down in a foot of water. The water laps at your ankles here, and this sort of bland navy to white void extends in every direction. And from the water, you see climbing out stone ruins that crumble as they just sort of, like an infinite waterfall, they tumble into the water and then reemerge from it over and over. And you see Titus kneeling in front of a scale. On one side of the scale is a feather. And Titus is kneeling silently. Titus, you are alone. And I want you to tell me, what is Titus's biggest regret in their life?
I would say Titus feels like their biggest regret was leaving home, particularly in the time that they did. Titus has a fairly large family, as we have been slowly discovering, but isn't very close to any of them. And a lot of it's because of their choice to leave when they were very young. Titus ran away from home when they were like 10. And they ran away because there were a lot of expectations to learn about, the family history, the family business, their ancestry, that sort of thing. And Titus just wanted to play games, just wanted to tinker, just wanted to make stuff. And there were expectations that they did not want. So they just left. And it's a big regret of theirs now because of that.
What in their life is Titus most proud of?
Titus is most proud of their friends, because before meeting Eden and Arcadia, they had never made friends.
Okay. You stand alone upon an ocean, and your beautiful boots hover just above the waves as they crash around you. You look down into the ocean and see in its murky depths depths a mirage, an image of your own reflection, but distorted. You see the faces of your family. You see the faces, and they look heartbroken as they stare back up at you from the other side of the water. And that washes away, and you see the faces of your friends. And they look at you, trusting. Still that edge of tentativeness in them, but you see in their eyes that connection. And you hear a voice, thunder, deafening around you in primordial. And it says, "What does your soul weigh? Does your good outweigh your bad?"
Titus says no.
And so you will be consumed. And you begin to sink into the water. It rises to your ankles, to your knees, and higher to your waist. Arcadia and Eden, you see as the form of Titus kneeling before the scale starts to sink into the depths. You can see beneath you that the water is only this deep, but Titus is disappearing into the ground. What do you do?
Gonna run over and try to pull them.
Yeah, I immediately am like, stop, no. And I'm like running, like I believe that like we're holding hands, Arcadia. So we're running together.
And you start pulling on Titus, kind of stopping them from sinking, but they're not coming back up. Titus, in your dreamscape between here and forever, you hear the voice again, and it speaks to you. It says, "Titus, you were a gambler who always hedged their bets. You call yourself free, but you put walls between you and everyone else. In doing so, you built your own cage. You were the warden of your own prison. And here, on the verge of eternity, your soul has a weightiness to it that speaks of your ill-doing and the goodness you forsook, the connections you never made, the life you never lived. But connection was always two ways, and you have not found your way quite here yet." You see, as in your dreamscape around you, like bricks of sandstone from the pyramid erect and form a barrier around you. And you can hear from the other side of these walls, Arcadia and Eden calling out to you. What do you do?
Titus says to Anubis, "I don't want my soul's weight to drag them down."
Do you wish to descend? To have this be your end?
Will they let go if I do?
Titus. This was never a question of self-sacrifice. Selfishness was never your vice. It was always cowardice.
An expression flits across Titus's face, and it's it's anger.
Yeah. You fear them. Self-sacrifice is just another way to leave what you fear most.
Titus doesn't say anything, but they do start. Can I like physically feel these like walls around me in this dreamscape?
Yes, you reach out and touch these walls, and you see that under your touch, they are like dried and porous. That they are like a pumice stone. They remind you of the volcanic rock from your ancestral land. They are, there are air pockets and points of weakness in them, and they crumble slightly under your hands.
Titus balls both of their hands into fists and starts punching at the walls around them.
Titus.
Hmm.
Give me a wisdom saving throw with advantage, as you are being assisted.
$17.
You punch through this wall, and your immaculate soft hands are shredded with blood, and it cascades them down your arm in rivulets and joins the ocean lapping at your waist now. And you continue to drive your fists through this wall, and the sand crumbles around you and pours in little funnels as though through an hourglass, meeting the ocean below and immediately returning to water. And finally, you get through the wall and you see the forms of Arcadia and Eden on the other side, panicked, looking at you, reaching for you.
Titus reaches back.
You reach your arms through and grab their hands. And the second you do, you wake up. And all three of you are at the base of the Anubis statue. And beneath it, a doorway has opened.
Arcadia's like grabbing Titus's face. Like, are we back? Like, is this real? Like, are we back in the present moment? Are you really here and back?
Titus's hand's still bloody.
Yes.
Titus has not yet noticed the bloody hands, but puts one hand up on over Arcadia's hand and just says, I'm here. I'm here.
I thought I'd lost you.
We still got stuff to do.
And she didn't realize what that meant to her until this moment. And she's going to give you her 5 points of healing.
Titus is almost full health. Thank you. Oh, wait. Did that do damage to
You
me?
did actually take damage from that, but I'll say it has healed now.
Okay, so I'll just leave
Arcadia
my
is
points
able
there.
to heal your bleeding knuckles.
Eden is going to, as Faye were like right there, you're going to just do that like little like punch. You better not leave again without us.
I won't.
And
Titus-
Arcadia kind of laughs like, oh, we'll fucking kill you this time. If you die, we'll fucking kill you.
We'll bring you back just to do that.
Yeah.
Fair. And immediately Titus freezes and then jumps to their feet and starts looking around. Ember?
You look back, and on the other side of the chamber, you see Ember. And she is like, she's, you're both fire genasi, so you have like certain like red tones to your skin, but she is stark white. She is pale and looks sick and unhealthy. And as you look at her, you can see her hyperventilating. And Ember is kind of halfway there, but has just sort of frozen in spot and is hyperventilating and staring at you wide-eyed.
Titus walks over to Ember and just quietly reaches out and grabs one of their hands, squeezes it a little bit, and then walks them back over towards the doorway.
Titus?
Titus doesn't say anything, but they're still holding their hand tight.
You're here. You're not going.
You couldn't get rid of me that easily.
Oh my god, you fool! And Ember throws herself around you and just like hugs you with her whole body and then grabs your face and just starts like kissing your forehead and then your cheeks and like just kisses you like smack on the eye and like gets in your eyeball because she's just like
Okay, I'm gonna be sick. You should. That's disgusting.
I don't care.
It's not sanitary.
Titus, I thought you were gone, and I froze. Titus, I almost watched you die, and I froze.
This wasn't your fault. I almost let myself go.
Don't let yourself go. Stay. We've been apart a long time now, and I miss you. I have so much I need to know about you. I need to know about your life. I want to know about your workshop. I want to know about everything. I want to know what happened to make you think of letting go.
Why doesn't matter anymore. It's irrelevant. It's not going to happen.
Okay, but I'm literally not
notebooks.
letting go of you. I want you to understand that I'm actually physically going to hold on to you now for the rest of my life.
And like Titus starts trying to like wiggle their hand, or like maybe not. Here, have this instead. And Titus pulls out one of their notebooks and hands it to Ember instead.
She takes it in her other hand. She's like, "Nice try," and then like grabs onto your wrist like an iron grip.
All right. Well, we'll start a book exchange. You send me your notebook like once a month, and I'll send you one of mine. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
The siblinghood of the traveling notebooks.
I'm going to tell Phoenix about this. I hope you know.
Oh, don't you dare.
I will.
No.
I
If you
will.
tell Phoenix,
I'm going to.
I'm telling Phoenix. And you know exactly what I'm telling Phoenix.
You wouldn't. I have so much dirt on you wouldn't.
Yeah, but
and at that moment, y'all were a little distracted. Didn't really take a sec to look through the doorway into the chamber that you opened. A little more concerned about, Titus's brush with here we go, infinity, as it were. Hello, Bob, and welcome, Raiders. So you hear it now, though. It's loud, the scraping of stone on stone, the jostling of canoptic jars, as the sarcophagus, the only thing really in this room other than a few decorations, shifts and moves, and the lid is thrown aside. It crashes to the ground and immediately shatters. And you hear, oh my, that was quite a rest. And you see a figure sit up. It is skeletal. The skin pulled over its face too tight, desiccated, and taut. The clothing it wears is rich and luxurious, but frayed as though it has been buried 1,000 years. The eye sockets are empty, and yet you can feel their gaze upon you. And it says to you, "Well then, my name is Vazlu, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Now, who do I have the chance to express my gratitude to here today?"
Arcadia takes a step forward. I am Arcadia Oceansong.
Oh,
Yes.
my dear, you have the stink of primordial on you.
Yes, I'm from somewhere far away.
Well, it is my pleasure to meet you, dear.
This is Titus Caldera.
Titus. The lovely name.
It does the job.
I'm Eden.
Oh, Eden, is that what you'll call? My, come a little closer. Let me have a look at you.
I go a little closer.
Titus follows immediately behind Eden, though, definitely not letting Eden out of arm's reach.
Vazlu swings his legs over the side of the sarcophagus and just goes, 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck, just for you, chat. And looks at Eden and said, "My, oh my, I have never seen a work of necromancy like you before. What is this?"
It's an art piece that needs more work from an artist. Titus says, "Should I roll for flattery?"
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll. Eden.
Nope.
No. They look back at you and they're like, "No, I am interested in your necromancy as well, as I can hear it ticking away in your chest, which does fascinate me plenty. But forgive me if I'm a little more interested in this one here. I have never seen a ghost possess its own body before."
Well, it's a long story that I'm missing many pieces of, but I lost my memories not because of my choice and found myself in this plane instead of my own, the Feywilds. And I happened to die, but I didn't die. I got shoved into my own sword, and I'll just
Shoved
conjure
into
my
your
sword.
own sword. Is that what happened?
There was a thread, and I followed the thread.
Follow the thread. My, you don't know.
But when I followed it back, there was no body. So I ended up inhabiting this sword for a little while until I got a body back.
Life is funny, you know? You study necromancy your whole life and most of your undeath, and yet the greatest feat of necromancy I have ever witnessed was by someone they didn't know. They did it. My dear, you didn't die. You went to the Feywild. You're immortal. You can't die.
Yeah, but I did, and I was in the material plane. But I remember looking down from a pool of purple water
Mm-hmm.
down into
Into what?
where we were staying.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess where we were staying wasn't the real material world.
What? Now this is funny to me because, you know, the portals to the Feywild are closed. At least from this side. You know that, right? They close them. The only one who can reopen them is the Fey. From the other side.
Mhm.
You, when you died, you were resurrected in the Feywild. But you, stubborn thing you are, decided that that just didn't work for you.
Yeah.
Now, why would you do a thing like that? Not live your immortal life out in a utopia of Fey shenanigans.
Because there was something more important on the other side.
Important enough for you to astrally project yourself, fracture your soul, lay part of it into a weapon, and then allow a necromancer to recreate your own body from your remains that you could then possess as your ghostly astral self. All just to come see little old me.
Well, this is news to me. I didn't know that that was what was broken about my existence. I did it because I have people I care about, and I didn't want to leave them behind.
So you're just like every other ghost I ever met. Unfinished business. It's always the unfinished business.
Is
And on
bad?
that note, we're going to go to a quick break. Okay, friends, take 5. Think your little thoughts. Follow your little dreams. You know that feeling when you resurrect a lich? I didn't say it, you said it. Mics are hot and so are you.
Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to D&D Therapy with your friendly neighborhood undead necromancer, Vazlu. We just completed the ritual to bring back the lich. Don't worry.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
He seems like a good guy.
Seems
Yeah.
nice. Seems chill.
It's fine and good. Yeah.
He's giving up his
Important
time to
news
listen.
has a very specific accent that I don't think any real people have who aren't Benoit Blanc. But I like it, so that's what he has. Because I was running out of hot people accents. Okay, so here we are.
Hot in a different way.
Yeah. So Vazlu just immediately kicked his legs over the side of the sarcophagus and was just transfixed by Eden as an incredible feat of necromancy. And I feel like the rest of you can see as Vazlu's like just kind of doing the like yarn board in their mind, like following like streams. They're staring at astral cords and connections that you all can't see, watching Eden's connection to the Feywild, to Fair Weapon, and just like transfixed. They've kind of, Vazlu's kind of forgotten the rest of y'all are there. He's obsessed with Eden. So Yeah, the last thing he said to you was that you are just like all other ghosts with unfinished business. And that's why you couldn't return to the Feywild and fully like be resurrected properly. And that's why you've got this fractured soul.
So if I finish my business, what would happen?
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this, but my understanding of such things is you should have never been able to come back. Really. The portals are closed, but they are closed from this side. You tricksy little minx, went to the other side, projected your way back in. I'm wondering, did you create a crack in the universe? Seems like fun.
When I was in the Feywild before somebody stole my memories and shoved me into material world, the material plane,
Mm.
I believe I was quite powerful.
Fascinating. You were put here against your will, so you did not open the portal intentionally ever from the Feywild.
In the first place? No.
Yes. Somebody else put you right through without you even knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. Why would someone go ahead and do that?
They probably don't want me back in the Feywilds. That's what I've been thinking.
You know, that is fascinating. Because this entire time, I've been under the impression that they could not just willy-nilly open these portals. And yet, here they are. Just tossing you through. You offend someone at a dinner party, throw you to the mortal realm. It's funny.
Well, the first time I crossed over, I was lost in the Feywilds for a little while without memories, and I found a crack to the material plane when I was killed and brought back into the Feywilds. I saw the liminal manor through a puddle of
The liminal manor.
purple.
Now, what is that?
I mean, that's the place, that's the headquarters of the job we do.
A liminal manor. I like the ring of that.
I speculate it might be inside the astral plane somehow.
In the astral plane. Now, that's not a place you're supposed to be headed. That's for the souls of the dead making their way to the hells and the celestial planes. That is for where the weakened gods reside. That is not for the likes of y'all.
Well, it's like a space within that space. It's not that we're floating in the astral. It's like an actual
Fascinating. And is that where you were when you knocked open that portal, passed on over to the Fey side?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the astral sea. A workaround. Well, this has been a very enlightening conversation. Now, if you do not mind, I do have a king to kill. So if there's anything else y'all be needing before I head out.
Vasu, we were wondering if you could make Eden whole again.
Whole.
Yeah, could you help me with the situation of the haunting of my own body and like maybe merge them actual together?
Oh, you do not wish to be an astral projection any longer.
I mean, okay, like, can I ask you like a question from like, like
I mean, I have only been resurrected a few moments, and so far you are my favorite person. So, by all means, go ahead.
what is your opinion? Like, would it be better for me to just stay like this, or would it be better for me to like go back to like, being a full actual like
Now, that is a great question. As someone who willingly fractured their own soul in exchange for cosmic powers, you see, I don't see what the big deal is with fractured souls. Frankly, a soul's a bit of a nuisance, if you ask me. That's why I so willingly eat the souls of others, including the king, which once again I will kill and eat his soul. But the thing is, I did it for power, and you are severed from your power as you are severed from your plane. So, depends what your goals are. If you choose to continue being some sort of cosmic anomaly, I do appreciate that for the novelty factor.
but I would not be able to retrieve my power if I stay like this.
Oh, no. How can you retrieve? I'm surprised you have any power at all with half a soul.
I believe it's probably because the wild magic is literally in my blood.
That's fascinating. I would love to extract all your blood and examine it, but I'm assuming you are not quite excited to acquiesce that request.
I mean, I could donate a little bit if you
Oh,
don't
by all
kill me.
means. Please do.
If I do,
Hmm.
would you be willing to help me maybe like find a way to cross over?
Oh. So, my dear.
We do need to go back to the Feywilds. We're looking for something.
Yes. So, Thing is, whatever's keeping you here, unless you resolve that, you can't just cross back over. These portals, they're not what people think. They're not doorways. They are points of transition. They are crossroads. And it is very difficult to advance when you are watching over your shoulder. You've got unfinished business, my dear, and I'm gonna take a wild guess and say your unfinished business is the same as everyone else's. Other people. It's always other people. Why do you think I'm still here?
Like slightly side eye over to Arcadia, but like very ever so slightly.
Oh, is that? I'm sorry, I do not mean to intrude. Now, here's the thing. If you do wish to reopen that portal, it sounds to me like you already made a crack. All you gotta do is return to that place, the exact place where you first perished. Resolve your business and walk on through. That's all it ever was.
Do you want the blood donation now or later?
Oh, yes, please. Can I just stab you for it?
Titus immediately pulls out a knife. No.
No, it's okay. I'm
Oh,
consenting
you want to
to
stab
this.
him? All right, that works for me too.
You like I'll stab myself, yeah? I'll like I have the sword in hand anyway. and I'm going to just like.
Oh. And you watch as do the cut on your hand? He places his hand on your hand, and the blood starts kind of siphoning out of you, and his hand turns away, the sort of like bony desiccation becomes like flesh once more and strong. The muscles in the hand reemerge, the tendons on the back, the forearms reform, and they're nice forearms, if I do say so myself, and continue all the way up until his face reforms. And he looks like a human, a person, just a handsome dude. There's nothing inherently.
We roll for hot.
Yeah, roll for hot.
Can I say that the wild magic in my blood creates a pattern of lightning and roses on his arm?
Yeah, it fucking does. It looks sick as hell. He's got a full sleeve now. Damn. Yeah, he's fucking hot. Of course he was. Of course he was always going to be hot. There's no way around it. A 12, a 14, he's hot. Okay. A cheekbone blessed by the gods. And you can see, however, as he starts siphoning your blood and this power kind of goes into him and makes these shapes on his arms, his eyes kind of glow with a kind of a greedy look, and he does not go to let go.
I'll give him like a good amount of
Sorry, what was that? A good amount of what? Yeah.
Sucky sucks.
Great. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Oh, I was going. Okay. Why are you doing this? 1 second. Constitution save. That is a 21.
Okay. So you're able to kind of like feel when it's getting to the point of like, okay, I'm losing too much blood. This is no longer safe. You can like feel that.
I think if it's okay, like I would like to. I have 54 max HP.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to give him 44.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's enough to almost like fully recreate his body. And so now he's fucking, and you know what? 8-pack, ripped, and tattoos the whole way down. Just a loincloth, suggestively placed.
This is me as a fey creature giving back what I think is worth for his favor and what he like showed me.
Okay. Never a gift.
No.
And so
fey creatures don't like to owe things to others.
And he kind of just oh, it feels good to be alive. Well, you know. Now, I am quite partial to your cause. I see that you need to get back to the astral plane. Is that it?
The manor?
The manor, yeah.
Yes, well, I don't know much about your manor, but I can get you to the astral sea if you like.
Would you be able to open a portal to Oxville?
Oxvale.
Same plane. Might be easier, right?
You would think, but the way the things work with space and time, interplanar travel versus intercontinental teleportation, I can open you a dimension door. Certainly you've got friends on the other side.
Yeah. Is that okay? And I look at Arcadia and Titus.
Well, I've never
And
traveled through
Amber.
a dimension door. Is it much different than the astral sea?
It is a door to the astral sea, that is all.
Oh, in that case, maybe I have. Sort of like the doors that Owl has opened for us. Right? Surely we could find our way back.
Yeah. Ember, you want to come on vacation, I guess, with us?
Well, I don't particularly know, but I did say I'm never leaving you again, and I suppose it's quite soon to leave you. So I guess yes?
And what about Misty? Could she come with us?
Hello? I live here.
Would you love to live in a place where there are endless doors of possibility, where you could play all day and scare skeletons from morning till night?
Are there a water
And-
skeletons?
A lot of skeletons, and I think they would be very afraid of you.
There was also the sentient pigeon once. It'd be hilarious to go after them.
I've never chased a bird before.
And
Yeah, but
he was
this one
talking
talks.
shit, so he deserves it.
Was totally talking shit.
The fish was
Mhm.
nice, but the bird was an asshole.
Arcadia, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Come on, baby. The only role I care about. 21.
Well, can I come back here if I want to?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. I follow. There better be
Um,
skeletons and a bird. I'ma eat it.
You should eat the bird.
Yeah.
All right, Misty. Would you like to climb up my back?
Just like claws the whole way up onto your shoulder, wrapped around you like a shawl, matching Andaloke around Eden's shoulders.
Oh, I forgot that I'm allergic to cats. I start just itching, but
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Misty immediately just like headbutts the side of your face.
Sick.
Hello.
Where
Hello.
are we going yet?
Yes. Pursue?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
well, here, take this with you. And he's going to toss you a sending stone, Eden. And say, I would love to hear the updates on your little adventure. Give him
I
hell.
mean, we can always meet up between your soul feedings and our adventures somewhere.
I'd love
and catch
that.
up.
Something tells me you're the iced coffee type.
Oh, don't you know it? And Vosloo is going to kind of do a big swirl motion with his hand, and in the trail of his hand creates like a glitter outline, and there emerges a beautiful ornate door, all in walnut wood and a beautiful arched top, with a brass knob.
We go through the door.
You go through the door. I don't know how many of you there are because it's a whole menagerie with Eden. Plus there is Misty now and Ember, and you all pass through and you step out into Titus's workshop in the Liminal Manor. The exact site of Eden's death. You can see the scorch marks that we weren't able to buff out on the floor.
Back, it worked. Before I pass through, I'm just gonna like do a respectful bow to Fazlu and do a Korean heart. And I'm gonna go.
He now has a dapper hat, like a Panama hat, which he tips at you.
Yes, I love it. I
And he
love
says,
that.
"Do not forget to call." And closes the door, and it's gone. You can hear the sort of like sounds of the goblins in the other side of the workshop working away. Cecil working on something and scolding Roger the intern. And the clunk of machinery, the churning, and the billowing of a forge in the center of the workshop. But all of you are just kind of standing there at that site.
Not for long. As soon as we're back into that space, I look at both Arcadia and Titus, and I bring both of them in to a collective hug. Yeah. Yes, you too.
That's Misty. Misty wants in the
Yeah.
hug too.
Yeah, Misty is
Me
there as
too.
well, and Andaloka is right in there as well, and like little Estella is even more in the middle of everything. And yeah, I'm just gonna like hold you all tight together for a little bit.
Arcadia,
Mm.
could you give me a religion check?
Mhm. You know it's a 10 because the dice hate me.
Okay, I will say though, even with a 10, you kind of hear those whispers, those murmurings of Venus, the sound of the ocean. You can feel her presence in this moment, but you don't get a clear message from it. There's something blocking you. There is something standing between you and your connection to your goddess.
Are we still being embraced by Eden?
Yeah.
Okay. For meme's sake, I want to say that I just say, I have to take a business call, and then I duck out, but that's not what happens.
Okay.
Eden. I'm being pulled by Venus. And I need to answer her call.
I'll just very gently like release the embrace.
And then she's going to just start channeling her divinity and sort of trying to just tune in inward to try to see if she can reconnect with Venus that way.
You tap, tap, tap on Venus, and you feel it. You hear like the churning, like you're underwater, and kind of feel the pressure on you, like when you made that dive to your paladin's oath. And you hear her voice, and she says, "Arcadia, what are you doing here?"
What do you mean?
Arcadia, you turn from me still.
But I am so devoted.
You could be Arcadia. You could be my champion, but you are still clinging to these notions, this pleasantness. You still fear love. You fear me. My child, the love that I brought. I was never the beach. I was never the island. I was always the ocean. Love was never the pleasant sea breeze, and it was always the tsunami and the hurricane. You turn from me when you turn from love.
But I do love. I love my friends, and I love every living thing.
And isn't that pleasant of you?
I don't understand.
You love like you love a pretty painting. Love has talons. It tears and bleeds. Why would a love goddess need warriors if it was only pleasantries? Why would I have paladins if it was only harmonies? Arcadia. Love was rage as much as it was mundane platitudes. You know this.
She starts. The vines that she was channeling before were these beautiful roses, and in being scolded and yelled at by Venus, they turn to thorn as she starts to get angry hearing these words.
Good. Love should make you angry.
Well, right now you're making me angry.
Good. Do something about it.
She cuts the vines off of her sword.
You cut the vines away and you are pulled back into the workshop and you hear Venus's laughter, giddy and challenging, bouncing off the walls. You hear the ocean fading behind you. And you hear a quiet voice in the distance saying, "Take what's yours."
Arcadia steps towards Eden, very determined.
In the meanwhile, Eden was just like kind of still like, you know, having a moment. I think we would be having a moment with Titus, and just I think all Eden would have like said to Titus whilst this would be, Titus, I know that this was all your fault, but at the same time, I don't want you to take it this way anymore. You're part of my family and my life, and you're a friend. Don't ever step away because you feel like you cannot be seen.
Titus is kind of like, listening and nodding as Eden's talking to them. And I would also like to think that Titus has just told Ember, like, this is my workshop corner. You can go play with all the stuff over there.
Ember
and
is not letting go of you.
Ember is there.
Ember is there. She is like letting you have this moment, but she is holding onto your wrist as you do it. She's like giving you your space, but holding.
Yeah, okay.
She is also kind of side-eyeing some of your books, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that something that's been really an important, I think, lesson that I've learned here is found family and family, but found family.
As
then, okay.
Arcadia approaches Eden, she says, I'm tired of resisting what is clearly between us. Eden, it's you. It's always been you. You are my champion. And then she kisses her.
Bingo. Sorry.
Oh my God. Eden, how do you react?
I obviously like reciprocate and bring her into like a tight embrace.
Titus like snagged Estelle, by the way, and is covering Estelle's eyes.
Arcadia steps towards and towers over Titus and says threateningly, if you hurt her again, next time I will kill you. I'm not afraid to kill for love.
Yep. I mean, I'd probably help you kill me, but yeah. Because, you know.
And then goes back to kissing Eden.
Eden, you let yourself be lost in this kiss. Fall into it. And Arcadia, as Eden does so, you feel a power surge in you. And you feel something you've never felt before. You have loved 1,000 times over. But this love you feel right now, this is messy. You feel strange. You feel simultaneously protective and infatuated and jealous and scared and stronger and powerful and weak in fair embrace. And the two of you are so lost in each other that you don't notice when the purple lighting shimmers across your face. But Titus, you see as behind them a pool of purple water suspended on the wall opens.
Titus grabs tighter onto Ember's arm and then like kind of walks up behind Eden and Arcadia, like, oh, that's us, and pushes us all into the portal.
Was Arcadia the tether?
Yeah. It was always
You
Arcadia.
guys' unfinished business was each other.
Yeah.
It was never the sword.
I'm crying.
And all of you pass through the portal, leaving this plane behind for a brand new adventure together. And that is a wrap on the first season of Be Gay, Do Crime. And on that note, let's have a little raid over to Fenice, where we can do some little sign-offs, have a little chatteroony, and talk about our feelings, which are stable and good.
Totally stable and great. Yep.
All right, let's go. Boo, 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 boo. I also did not get a chance to say hi to all the raiders who came in kind of in that intense last 30 minutes. So hi, guys.